Howdy folks, welcome back. If this is your first time here, just welcome. We have a 2006 Jeep Liberty and customer states that the traction control warning illuminator is illuminated. So let's verify that part of their complaint, and then it's not on. Okay, let's go for a ride, see if we can't get this track light to come on. Nothing yet. Seatbelt. Click it or ticket. Hang on. You guys got me. Click. Okay, now that we are in compliance with all Florida motor vehicle safety regulations, let us continue this test drive. While we're out and before we hit the road, I'm gonna go ahead and initiate a code scan on all vehicle systems, and then we can reassess when we get back to the shop. I think what's going to be the cause for our ABS light is this U1417 trouble code, basically saying that the left rear wheel speed sensor has delivered an implausible signal to the control unit. So let's go out and ride around a little bit, see if this light comes on, and we'll go from there. So far so good. We have no warning indicators or chimes telling me that there's an issue that the ECUs have detected yet. Okay, I haven't found any additional relevant codes. I went ahead and pulled over and stopped, pulled up the data listing for the wheel speed sensors, and I'm just kind of glancing over at the indicated PID for each individual's wheel speed, and they all appear to be fairly in sync. None of them are dropping out, but I suspect there's a wheel speed sensor monitoring problem going on with this car. It's obviously intermittent because right now the conditions that they described are not present, but I'm gonna go with what that trouble code is leaning me towards was an implausible signal. That could mean that the signal or the circuit or the sensor dropped out and intermittently read 0. It could mean it's got a changing resistance value, possibly due to corrosion or wire damage. There's a possibility that the ECU is faulty, but we kind of have to form a hypothesis in a situation like this because I don't have any concrete, real-life evidence to go off of at this time. But I'm going to get back into the shop real quick, and we will just review some of this data that's stored here, and I'll make an assessment at that point after a visual inspection of the undercarriage and wheel speed sensors and circuits. The reason that modern vehicles have independent wheel speed sensors for each and every wheel is so that anti-lock brake functions can operate. If the ECU does not know the speed of each individual wheel, it cannot determine if there is a lockup event going on, therefore ABS cannot be commanded on or off. And the way that system works is, for example, if I'm in a braking event and all of my wheels are 15-20 miles per hour, then one drops down to 0, the ECU is going to determine that that wheel has locked up due to excessive braking force or low traction. What it will do is then actuate the pump motor and open the valve inside of the ABS unit to deplete hydraulic pressure to that specific wheel's braking system, thus allowing the braking system to relax its grip, and that wheel can then regain traction. Once it sees that that wheel regains traction, it will then reapply hydraulic pressure to that wheel's braking system and continue to apply the brakes at that one specific corner. That guy's in a hurry. It's like a 35 zone. Dude was doing about 60. Dang. All right, after the test drive, I've gotten a couple other trouble codes that just showed up. Left rear wheel speed sensor performance, left rear wheel speed sensor erratic signal performance. Both of those are stored in active codes as of this latest test drive. So we definitely have an issue going on with the left rear wheel speed sensor. Okay, the shop's a little full right now, so I'm just gonna kind of crawl under just to take a preliminary peek under here to see if there's anything obvious with regards to this wheel speed sensor that I can see from this point. Okay, here's our sensor wire. Everything looks free and clear, nothing is pinched. And likewise, as it's routed upwards towards its connector, let's see, the insulation's a bit broken here, but I don't think that's I don't believe that's the problem. Okay, everything looks good so far visually. Let's get out of here. Let's see what's under here. Okay, well, that one's not that great. I was able to move it. That's all right. Seeing as how I'm suspecting a faulty wheel speed sensor, let us disconnect both of these and check resistance of the sensor itself. Okay, so I have this wheel speed sensor disconnected. I'm trying to get in here with a meter to check resistance on this sensor, and the lighting is terrible. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this sensor out, and we will test it on the bench. That'll make it easier on everybody. I'll just try this without the extension, see what happens. Reverse click. These sensors are held in with a singular 10mm bolt. This is getting to be more trouble than it's worth. Okay, sensor coming with me. Okay, to the bench with this. I'm just gonna mark this with a Sharpie as my suspected faulty sensor. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull the other sensor out of the right rear wheel for comparison purposes. Okay, this is our left rear suspected faulty sensor. This is our right rear known good sensor. This is a multimeter set for resistance measurements. Okay, got this auto ranged, and let's just take some quick measurements here. My meter's been acting kind of funny, so I'm starting to not rely on it. Anyway, we have a figure here of 18.85. And the known or suspected faulty were 4.55 milliohms. It was only picking up on the milliohm scale. I tried to scale it down, and it didn't seem to want to react on this scale. I think this this meter is beginning to error. Anyway, we're at 0.2 ohms, just the wires. Let's try this one more time here. Yeah, it's open circuit. It's not picking up the sensor. We did have quite a difference in resistance. What I want to do to solidify this is confirming to me that this particular sensor is faulty. What I'm going to do is swap these out since I have both of them removed, and I will put the known or the suspected faulty sensor in the right rear where we did not have any trouble codes, and I will put the suspected known good sensor in the left rear where we did have trouble codes. So let's get these guys reinstalled. This is the one that we marked, which came from the left rear. It is now going to be installed in the right rear. And we'll just plug it right in right there. And of course there's the one fastener to hold it in. Yeah, got a little bit of light on the subject here. Keep in mind, this is the suspected faulty sensor right here. Click. And of course, we'll have to plug it back in. Good. Let's go fetch the other sensor. Get in there, please. Thank you. Click. And that guy's plugged in too. Okay, let's get this on the ground and hit the road one more time. Okay, we're back on the ground. Let's starting the engine. Now, if trouble codes come back and they still suggest that there's an issue with the left rear, that's going to tell me that it is not the sensor and that there's a different component of the system that is causing the fault. Hello, Duramax. Alrighty, check it out. We have lucked out very quickly. I have not even made it out of the parking lot yet, and the right rear wheel speed sensor PID is reading 0. It is not indicating that there's any wheel speed activity off of the right rear. So this is confirming that that sensor is indeed faulty. I'm not going to complete this test drive. We're just going to swing right back around to the shop, and I will go inform my service personnel and the customer that they need to replace the wheel speed sensor, which is now on the right rear. It's no longer on the left rear. Okay, we're back. Let's go deliver the news. Alrighty, I have a new sensor right here, and we're going back down onto, I don't really particularly feel like lifting this up one more time just to get this little guy out of here. Yep, kind of a tight squeeze again, especially since I'm laying on the ground. Oh, come off of there, you. Okay. I'll take it out so I can manipulate it a little easier. Got it. And here comes the new one. Connector seated, we're good here. Let's go hit the road one more time and make sure everything is good to go. Oh. Okay, one more test drive and we're all set here. Okay, one more starting of the engine. Let's get back into the module and clear all of the codes out of this. I want to get a fresh baseline for comparison on our final test drive. Uh-oh, my scan tool froze. The Jeep broke it. Power down. Let's try again. Alrighty, now that all communications are communicating, satellites have linked up in outer space, protocols have initialized, I can pick up where I just left off. Oh, I don't know. I want... It's not listening to me. Where's Jeep? Fiat. There it is, Jeep. Alright, now we're in. Clear all codes, read by code scan. This is going to ping every module in the car and wipe everybody out. It's going to clear all trouble codes that are stored and pending. And like I said, that'll give us a fresh baseline for comparison when we go do our final test drive. One power down, power it back up, and let's get rolling. U-turn. And reviewing ABS data and wheel speed sensor data, we can see all 4 sensors are reading and they are synchronized. Okay, we're rolling along, we're up to speed now, and again, all 4 wheel speed sensor data figures are synchronized and there's nothing erratic going on here. I do believe that this is a confirmed fix and this Jeep is good to go. I would have liked to have had some more reliable data coming from my my multimeter, I wasn't too thrilled that it could not give me consistent resistance readings out of either one of those sensors. And like I mentioned, I had a similar issue with that meter when I was trying to check resistance on some fuel injectors on that Ford van. So I'm going to conclude that that meter is less than ideal at best. A testing device has got to give consistent results, and that thing just wasn't working out. But it gave me an opportunity to employ a different problem-solving strategy when it came to diagnosing the sensor on this particular vehicle. Now, swapping things out and moving components from one side to the other or changing positions does not always work. A lot of times you'll find that connectors are different, or the mounts are different, or there's different things that can cause that strategy to not be very effective, and it's usually connector differences. A lot of times they will look the same, but one of the alignment pins will be off center on one side to the other, which kind of makes the strategy of moving components around ineffective. It does work for things like fuel injectors or ignition coils, in this particular case ABS sensors, but it's not a surefire way to accurately diagnose something, because on occasion you don't have the opportunity to move that particular component to another location. However, when that strategy does apply, it's an excellent way to prove your theory. Even if testing methods have already condemned a component, just moving it somewhere else to see if the problem goes somewhere else is excellent confirmation. I enjoy that particular strategy when it comes to misfire diagnosis, because you can move a spark plug to one position, you can move a coil to another position, and you can even move a fuel injector to a third position. And if your misfire follows one of those components, that's indicative of that component being a faulty unit and confirming what the problem would be. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was super short and super sweet, but they can't all run an hour long. That being said, I'd like to thank everybody here for watching this short video. I truly do appreciate it. If you like this video, please feel free to let me know about that by tapping that thumbs up button. If you didn't like this video, also feel free to test your theory in the comment section down below. That being said, before I go, the only thing I have to remember is to not forget to remind you guys to not forget to have yourselves a great day. See you guys later. Okay, let's just check the scanning device one last time for any trouble codes that may have showed up. And we're gonna call this one good. Code scan. Thinking about it. Looking good so far. Yep, nobody home. Engine, trans, ABS. Those are my primary modules that may store a code for this particular symptom, and there's nobody there. So I'm calling this one good, and we are out of here. Okay, scan tool and Jeep powering down. See you later, little Jeep.